Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is August 22nd, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. I'm reviewing the NASDAQ 100, that's QQQ, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over to these charts and see what we see. Didn't I say I hate trading at a top? And that's what we still at, and look like we might be getting confirmation of this top at this time. All right, on this quarterly chart, let me just slide that up, I think just a tad bit. All right, on this quarterly chart, what we're seeing is a bearish Harami at this time. It's early in the quarter. We still got like maybe just 1 week left, and again, we do have a pretty good tail on that candle that's up there. It's like a hammer. So again, like I had said last week, nothing to get too serious or too crazy about at this time, if I did mention that here on the Qs. But we're at a place where it might be best to be in cash or just sit on your hands at this time. Make sure you sell your covered calls, protect your positions. No trade recommendation, just things that I'm doing at this time and all. All right, let's go down to our monthly chart and see what we see here. On this monthly chart, this has been a strong month and all. Zoom in here a little bit better and all. Let's just zoom in here even a little bit more and all on this month. But as you can see, we got close to that top and we've gotten pushed back down quite a bit. We're getting almost lower highs. We definitely got lower top part of the bodies. Let's put it that way. We had an evening star trying to form here, and we kind of like had wiped that out last week. But this week we got pushed back a little bit, so that got me a little concerned though, because we still have another month or so in this quarter to see what's going to happen. I'm talking about the evening star that we had here and all. But we had this red candle here this month. So far, it's green. It's not giving us that confirmation candle that we would be looking for an evening star to let us know that maybe we would go into a bear market if we got below this blue line and all. But right now, we're still above the blue line. So again, technically, we are in a bear market. I like it also when we're above pivot. So again, we're still above pivot. It's just that we got pushed back a little bit here. We're forming a little bit of a wick on this candle right now this month. So that's a thing to be cautious about at this time. All right, let's go ahead and go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, let me zoom in here. And this weekly chart, this is the whole thing that's kind of upsetting this past week. I knew we were at a top. We was getting close to a top and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't trade it right. Again, I'm a bonehead. I'm a bonehead at times. I did do some things right. I did sell my calls on my positions and all that, my long-term positions and stuff that I have. I had took those off before when I thought I was at the bottom and all, and I let it rant for this week, and then I sold calls. So I am doing some things right. I do some things right. But right now, we're on this weekly chart. What we're seeing is this bearish engulfing in the right location. We couldn't break the top. We couldn't get up there and break that top. We couldn't make a higher. We did get a higher high, but we got pushed back down and ended up forming a red candle. So that's not good. So we got lower lows forming at this time. If we end up getting one more of those, we can actually be reversing this, what we thought was going to be an uptrend, and it start coming down to becoming a downtrend and continuing the downtrend that we had before and end up going maybe even lower. Get down to, this is a 50 moving average here on this weekly chart, and see if we come down here and kiss this. So that's the only thing you got to be kind of careful about here at this time, because right now, as I just said, we do have a bearish engulfing at the right location. So be careful, be careful, be careful. All right, let's go down to our daily noise and wrap this on up. Sure, daily noise. Again, this. I don't know what happened this week, but yeah, we were at a top. We had that last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last week, I think I did mention that we had a little bit of a piercing pattern up here at this top, these two candles right here. This first day wasn't too bad, but it was bad, because again, okay, let's break this whole pattern thing out, but it ended up dropping. Then it ended up gapping down. Something, I don't know what happened, but we ended up gapping down, and this thing just kind of continued to the downside, Oh, and it's option expiration. Yeah, they didn't bring it all the way back down below 700, but they banged it down quite a bit, because again, because usually monthly stuff, again, they want to get the price below mainly where they had sold a lot of options. That's just my opinion of what I think that happens out there at times. They need to get it below a certain point. And I wasn't really paying that any attention. I ended up just had to not trade. After you lose a little bit of money, you gotta like, okay, something's not going right. Sit on the sideline. No. But yeah, I see option expiration. That maybe was it. Come next week, we might still get a little wiggle in the market. We're going to end up opening below pivot, and I'll come next week. And then we got to see what's going to happen after that. If it opens below pivot and continue going down, it might get close to around to the 700 and start trying to fill this gap that we have back here. And I kind of don't know, but I don't expect it to get below 700. That's going to be a kind of like a support number, and also it'll get us where we feel that gap, and we should get a bounce back if it does go that low, and that'll get us also close to a support 1 level 2. So that's what I can see this thing continuing to the downside a little bit more, maybe even the remainder of next week, which would be kind of bad. I'm going to be watching this and all to see if I'm going to get back into the market and some other things, or I'm going to just continue to just sell my long-term, close my long-term position. I know I got one closing. I think I know I got some stuff closing next Friday, and I'll see how things go. But that's it on this. I don't see anything right now. Look like we might be turning. Let me clear this all up again. Look like we might just be turning back to the downside again. That's just what we see. That's what we see. And our support level is the support 1, and that also will get us, again, I'm repeating myself, that'll get us down here to closing this gap, and that may keep us above 700. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I got to share this week. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. This is Right Side Trader. Talk to you next week. Trade small, trade often, maybe. Keep yourself safe, whatever that takes to do. All right, talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.